That is indeed food for thought. That question was raised by our correspondent, George Felix. Can we survive more pharmaceutical countries? More pharmaceutical companies leaving the country. But let us start with this now. With the way prices of drugs are increasing at an alarming rate, what should an average person like you and I, what do we do? Because there is increase in prices of food and services, now that drug has also joined, it seems as if they are after our lives. So I'm going to be starting with you. What do you recommend that citizens do now? Because if drugs are too expensive, what can we do to safeguard our health and probably our reliance on drug will not be so much?
Thank you very much for these beautiful questions. It's I would have said the answer is simple, but in the real sense of it, the answer is not that simple. All right, there's a common statement. It's a prevention is better, cheaper, and affordable than cure. So if it is better, cheaper, and affordable, I think all of us we have to start from practicing preventive medicine. That's first thing we need to start practicing. All right, before the problem comes. First of all, let's start from our lifestyles. All right, what people eat, what people drink, you know, area where you apply, um, environmental pollution around you, all those things. Let's start from there. Right, majority of people are just eating anything eatable. Just look at those things, and of course, whenever people think or they are feeling, certain things in their body, they should quickly go to hospital. Thank God we have these 3 tiers of hospital. You can quickly go to your primary health care. You are going to see the healthcare worker. So if your area is well advanced enough, you meet with a doctor. So if you are unable to do that, go to the general hospital. All right. It's only when the thing now become advanced that's when people should go to teaching hospital. I think if we can be doing all this, number one, we are going to be healthy. And the second thing is that you realize that the way things are being structured, it is not easy. What of those that have already confirmed, already diagnosed ailments? How are going to survive? I think number one, government needs to come to the aid of people by subsidizing the drugs people are using. That's number one. If they are able to subsidize the drug people are using, I think we are going to be able to care for more people. That's number one. Another thing is that the NGOs should also now come into the various hospitals. I know of one NGO. What they do is that once there is maybe a trauma and accident, for the first 24 hours, so the payment they are going to come and assist the patient. So it's only after that first 24 hours, in order to ensure the patient is alive. There's something called golden period if there's an accident. So at that time, they will come around and they are going to assist the patient. So before even patient get the relative, everybody, patient will be alive. So we need more NGO like that to come to the hospital to come and also assist. Religious body, both the Muslim religious body and Christian religious body, they can come. Even all these religious body, the philanthropists, go to any hospital, ask them about what they are in need. If it is going to be building, you can build it for them. If it's going to be an instrument, just get it for them. And of course, if they have people that are going to, use it, if they don't have, government should also come and retrain people on such a thing. If we can move, around that, you are going to realize that people will have options. Recently, I'm aware of one free surgery mission that was done around Ikorodu, and one of my colleagues that participated in that told me that they carried out over 1,000 surgeries. 1,000 is not a small number. 1,000 surgery. Look at those patients that benefited from them. So that's and of course I'm also aware of the one that was just finished at Lasso, like 48 people. They also operated a lot of people free of charge. So things like that is what the citizen will resort to. But what of the Nigeria as a state, is Nigeria not failing its or our citizen? These are the things we need to do. But well, we just finished election. Maybe we should wait until the next election. You see politicians come around, they will buy ambulance for the hospital, they will buy pickup, they will say we should come and be doing outreaches, all those things. They should not wait until that time. These are the things that they can continuously, engaging people. I know of a state, I'm not going to mention the name. That state, once there is anybody walking around in that state with any obvious disease, that person, any government official is going to approach this individual and they are going to take that individual to their state hospital. The only thing I know, in fact, the purview that the office that see to that is under the deputy governor of that state. The doctor that is going to operate or work on that patient, deputy governor or the officials of the state will call that doctor that come to our state hospital, come and attend to this patient. Majority of their patients have been able to be, operated and get treated.
Without fear of the crippling
exactly.
cost.
So because everything is going to be, government is going to foot the bill. These are the things I think our government should be thinking about. And of course, all these private sectors, there's something called corporate CSR, right? All these things, they need to be doing it. And we too, as a doctor, very soon we are going to have our 16th AGM of ARD LASU. By next, in fact, Medical Guild, it's a conglomerate of doctors under the employment of Lagos State. Their AGM is already starting today. So we have outreach tomorrow. So we'll go there, we'll treat people, whatever we can do. Of course, we have this knowledge, we also contribute, small things, despite the fact that what they are giving us is not enough. We are still going to do our own part. So these are the things that we need to engage in. But government should come and assist this need.
Okay, definitely. And now to Dr. Onyemechi, it seems like subsidy is the word that our federal government is sort of running away from, because few subsidy has been called a scam. Now, would you advise that to bring down the prices of drugs in the country, that perhaps the federal government should consider providing subsidy so that Nigerians won't be dropping dead because they don't have enough money to take care of themselves? Okay, do we still have Dr. Onyemechi with us?
Hello, okay, I can hear you. I think if I get you right, your question is if if government should subsidize.
The federal government should consider subsidy so that Nigerians don't drop dead on the streets because they don't have enough money to take care of themselves.
Well, thank you for these beautiful questions. You have said it. Nigeria is running away from subsidy, and of course, to we Nigerians, the meaning of subsidy to us is quite different from what the government understanding, and the beneficiary, it's also meant something different to them. On a good day, government is supposed to subsidize a lot of things. It's just to bring ease to their citizens. All right, subsidy has been on petrol products before it was totally removed. So if subsidy is going to come, in what form? On what commodity? Is it going to be on health? Is it going to be on social amenity? Is it going to? Those are the things that I think our legislative arms can go into that one. They look at it, they now say how best can we make use of it. But for the health, government needs to subsidize it. There are certain individuals, they may have cancer, that the treatment is going to be bogus, you might not be able to afford it. So people like that, you won't just be looking at them. You won't just say, okay, you want them to die like that. No, government needs to come to their aids. So not only that, I know that we have the NGO, the foreign, people that are doing intervention programs like Gavi and every other, I don't want to mention names. We have, a couple of them that are doing that. That's why part of the budget is also the counterpart funding. those guys will come with certain amount of money, but Nigeria, because we are in partnership, will pay certain percentage. So their forex also made, available provision for the counterpart fund. However, Nigeria, when is Nigeria going to own up everything about Nigeria? Why are we waiting for this? Yes, it is very good to partner with people, but you own this thing first. All right. So to me, that's my own perspective. Yes, government needs to come, but not only government, private sector. Thank God that this year's and next year's budget, 2024 budget, it's going to be private sector driven, as was said by Mr. President himself. So we also need more, from private sector, so that this can come to the aid of people.
Okay, all right. In the course of our conversation, I noticed that you have not mentioned perhaps people should consider traditional means of medication, because I know of people who swear by it. There are some people who tell you that for so and so years they've not touched the orthodox medicine and they are living very fine, even perhaps better than people who often go on drugs, and they reported progress of it curing some diseases that it was being managed with normal drugs. So why have you not spoken on that aspect, or is this something that we shouldn't consider?
Thank you very much. For they call them traditional whatever. I'm a doctor. I went to medical school. I did my house job. I'm also pursuing my specialty, right? And that is area where I am good at. However, that someone is not sick doesn't mean that because that person has been taking concoction or organo, as they call it. No. If you don't have anything, why would you have to go and take drugs? There's no need for you to take drugs if you are healthy. That was this I had to mention the healthy lifestyle, what we eat, what we are, the way we should do exercise, all these things. The people that are consuming this concoction, they will tell you, our forefather, they can trek from here to Ilorin in the olden days. It's only the people that survived. They are the ones that come to tell the story. But the people that have died, they won't mention them. Okay, in the olden days, before we have these advancements in technology and in medicine, someone will be giving, stillbirths. They can say someone gave birth 21 times, only 3 are alive. So why are we not having something like that? Is it not because of this? Me, I'm averse to this. I don't want to talk about the traditional one. But people that are using it, do you know that majority of them, it's only when the thing has now become complications that they will rush them to the hospital. So that instead for doctor to now begin to manage them, all right, so we will now begin to deal with the complication. When people are talking about human beings are the same all over the world. We are saying, okay, it is a traditional concoction, this one. So don't they have concoction in US? So why is their life expectancy better than that of Nigeria? But whether we take concoction or we don't take concoction, whether we take drugs or we don't take drugs, there are certain medical conditions that will arise when we reach certain age. Anybody 40 years and above, you know that you are getting older. There are certain things that are working normally in your system, they begin to give way, they begin to reduce. So it now depends on your genes, your genetics, and every other. It's not a single factor, it's a multifactorial thing. Alright? I know someone that has been smoking, and they advise this person, the guy is like, no, see, I've been smoking for so years, and I've never come down with something. And his own genetics may be that it's a little bit stronger. What of someone that is just not even active smoker? The person is a passive smoker, and the person came down with lung cancer. All right, nobody knows your own genomes. Okay, this is how my genetics is. So that's why don't even expose yourself to it. That also comes down to the point of preventive medicine. Someone that is taking agbo is doing it for prevention. All right. That individual that is taking that concussion, you will see if the thing gets worse. Even though you see on the TV, they will say After 2 3 days, if your symptoms has not subsided, what
You
do
should you see the doctor.
so that is it now. Alright, it's as if someone, there are some people they call them abiwere, all those traditional, child parts. Yeah, they do try, but once they see that, oh, this thing is beyond their own capacity, they will quickly send them to the hospital. Alright, so that is just it. So they know what they know, we know what we know, alright, but we are advised to seek for orthodox medicine. That's
Okay.
my own personal position.
Okay, I see some research that even people travel all over the world to come to Nigeria because Nigeria is believed to be the land of herbal plants. Lots of plants that have many medicinal properties that could be used to probably cure some unknown diseases or some that maybe research has not really been conducted to to see if these things are really proven. And now that the federal government is advised on local production of drugs, would you perhaps advise that they should not turn their eyes completely away from the herbal medicine, but find a way to bridge that gap between the orthodox medicine and the traditional medicine?
Thank you very much. All these drugs, majority of them are extracts from the plants. So it's only those that they have done research, they can now begin to synthesize them. Right. The problem with most of these traditional things is that they don't have measurements. And whenever you take something strong, especially so bitter, you are overloading the liver. And how healthy one's liver is, he or she doesn't know. What of if you are now load yourself with a lot of concoction and the liver is not that healthy? Liver is going to shut down. That individual will die. See, someone came to me one day, like, you doctors now, I've been taking this concoction for a very long time, and the guy was like, he's even the one producing it, and majority of people, they have bought it from him, and nobody has come to complain. Do you know my response to him? I'm like, of course now. They will not come to complain, because they have taken it, and majority of them have died. So the person that has died, is he going to come back to come and complain? But the question is, yes, they are trying. All these extracts can be converted to drugs. They can be converted to serum. And when you are doing that, you now have measurements. Most of all these drugs are being tested in the lab. You do it on animals before they now move into human being. These are the process. And as you are doing it, they are writing it down. Okay, if someone is selling one concoction for you now, just tell me what is the content, how many meals, how many these are the things. And of course, as people are taking it, some people will take it, it may be okay with their body, they have strong immunity. Some people will take it, it will take them, and they will say, no. They won't say it is that concoction that causes it. So that's just it. It's simple, and to me, I have told someone before, during Corona, someone said that there is one concoction that someone, if you take it, I now call that individual between Nigeria and China. Can you tell me the one country that has better concoction? Yeah, he agreed that China. Why, up till this moment, China is yet to get concoction to kill that virus? I'm not saying we should not try. Research is a continuum thing. People should do. But there is something called, there is a way you do research. It's a pyramid. We have the lower, we have the higher. So you can't just base all your thing based on hearsay that one expert said something. In fact, that is even the bottom of that thing. Okay, expert opinion. From expert opinion, you move to another ladder until when you now have, we have confirmed, we have done cohort study, although you have different studies, and you are like, this is actually useful before we are going to do. I heard something that the researchers used to meet these our elder, the elders that knows about how to make this concoction. They will call them, how do you do it? Okay, I have so leaf, so leaf. So as they are doing it, the researchers are now going to be the one helping them to try and measure it. So that if the higher quantity or quality of that thing is going to be inimical to whoever that takes it, you will know. So, and from there, they are going to determine the safety dose for individuals. So that is about that. So don't let us go there. To me, as a doctor, I advise people, whenever you are having issue, go to hospital. Let doctor manage you. Before most of the time, they will now be coming, and those people that are suffering from complication of whatever they might have taken, and when they are coming to hospital, they will come with violence. So the first doctor or anybody, if anything happen to that patient, they can beat the doctor, but thank God that that kind of thing has gone down, and whoever does it this time around, that person is going to find him or herself in jail. Because how many doctors do we have, and you now be beating the remaining? That's not okay.
Okay, that is very comical though, trying to imagine the process of a doctor being brutalized. We thank you so much for sharing your views with us on firecrackers. It has been very enlightening, it has been very educative. Thank you so much for being with us. And we also give many thanks to Dr. Emmanuel Onyenuchi, who joined us live from Lagos. He started we lost connection with him, but we truly appreciated his input. Once again, thank you so much, Dr. Habib Salman, ARD President, Lagos State Chapter. Thank you so much for being on the show.
You're welcome.
And this is where we'll be drawing the curtains close on today's episode of Firecrackers. My name is Iriba Misalako. See you same time, same station next week. Have a wonderful week ahead.